What is intellectual property? Intellectual property includes everything from patents and industrial designs to copyright, trademarks, and artistic creation. IP is an umbrella that covers scientists and composers alike. It encompasses medical discoveries like insulin and innovations from companies like Bombardier. Canada is a nation of innovators and produces IP in abundance. We have built strength in the information technology clusters of Waterloo, health science clusters in Toronto, and Montreal's aerospace industry.
Clusters are also a place where we know from research both in Canada and the United States where there's a lot of informal knowledge sharing. Engineers trade secrets of the industry, secrets of the business with each other informally. People move from one company to another in the same city or region. They take information and knowledge with them. Clusters are important because the presence of a concentration of firms in a particular city or region also tends to draw skilled labor into the city or region.
Waterloo, I was very fortunate to go to school at University of Waterloo, where I was able to have two very proficient professors who specialize in anisekonia, which is that difference between right and left eye. But certainly having that cluster of mentors available to talk to made a big impact in how I thought about things.
The mentorship Peter Shaw received in Waterloo gave him the foundation to develop a specialized lens for the condition.
Really, one of my patients, I noticed when I made the prescription that she had a small amount of anisekonia. So I made glasses with my designed lens. Changed the glasses, headaches went away. And I see that time and time again where I proactively change people's glasses and tell them that you've got a small amount of anisekonia.
Today he's in the process of commercializing his invention.
There's huge interest in a product like this. So I'm pessimistically thinking that we'll do $100 million a year, and optimistically thinking that I don't know how much more we can do than that.
The first step to commercialization is getting a patent. For most small entrepreneurs, this is unfamiliar territory.
So early on, I had dismissed the patent process because I thought maybe it wasn't something I could patent, since to me it seemed reasonably based on my education and reading subsequent journals.
Organizations like Mars Innovation in Toronto help ease the commercialization process for the 17 institutions it represents in the life sciences sector.
At Mars Innovation, the first question we ask ourselves is always, can an idea become a patentable idea, and can we actually protect it by a patent? And once we do that, we immediately start looking for ways to commercialize.
Managing intellectual property is also important for innovators like Norman Young. His company, Clear Canvas, designs medical imaging technology. A lot of their software is available for free using open source platforms, but their premium products need to be protected against piracy.
Managing IP is very much about just making sure that the software that we actually write is protected appropriately.
David Wolfe believes that Canada has not been treating patent portfolios as economic assets. In fact, sometimes the IP is all a company has left in the end. Earlier this year, the remnants of Nortel Network, its pool of 6,000 patents, were sold for an astounding $4.5 billion.
We know the patents are quite important to them. In the Waterloo cluster, Research in Motion, OpenText, Desire to Learn are all companies with important patent portfolios, and all companies that have run into important patent conflicts in the US in the last couple of years, sometimes with better, sometimes with worse results.
The world moves in the direction of knowledge economies. And Canada definitely has the building blocks in that regard. And we don't want to lose the opportunity.
From a national policy point of view, watching these kinds of developments, it should be saying to our policymakers, now is the time, if ever there was one, to begin to think much more strategically than we have in the past about how we protect the patents we have, how we help grow the patent portfolio that Canadian firms in key market segments have, and how we monitor competitive threats and competitive opportunities arising from our overall portfolio of patents.
If you do it right, it can easily translate into a significant component in the economy. If you do it wrong, it can be lost easily. So if we are careful about IP protection, I think that that could become a significant component in the economy of Canada.